Hello again. Well, just caught a little bit of Fox News. And as you probably know, the Congress, our illustrious senators and congressmen, they just passed a $1.2 trillion spending bill. $1.2 trillion. And what's really amazing is Fox had highlighted some of the directions that some of these funds are going into. Yeah? And it's, guess what? No big surprise, it's full of pork! Yeah, and here we are, we're close to $18 trillion in debt. And a lot of the members of Congress were able to finagle certain projects to be paid for by this $1.2 trillion spending bill. It's nuts, folks. I mean, it is totally nuts. They've got millions upon millions of dollars just set aside for advertising for Obamacare. Huh? Why don't you just give that money to the people? Now this is completely out of control. All kinds of totally useless projects that don't need to be done. Money doesn't need to be spent on projects that we don't have money to spend it on. You know what I mean? Well, I guess what's the alternative? If the Republicans would have held out and argued, they would have shut down the government again, and Obama would have blamed the Republicans for the government shutdown. Wouldn't have mattered because the government employees would still be paid the way they were paid the last time around. Huh? What a complete farce. $1.2 trillion spending bill on money we don't have. The administration, criminal, corrupt Chicago gangsters. That's what they are. They're also Muslim gangsters. Speaking about Muslims, I'm looking forward to Mohammed Morsi's trial and his 140 co-conspirators. It should prove to be interesting. You think he's going to make it to trial? Or you think maybe a drone will find its way to the cell that he's being kept in? I don't know. I know there's a lot of people got a lot of reasons to want him sort of to vaporize and disappear. And Obama's good at vaporizing people. And with those Hellfire drone missiles, oh yeah. I don't know how many he's killed. The last video I did on that was probably 3 or 4 months ago. And at that time, I think it was over 4,000. The majority of them were innocent bystanders. I think they said for every 100 people that die, they might get one bad guy. The rest are collateral damage. Yeah. You know, we didn't really need to approve a $1.2 billion budget. Well, that's not true. We did need to approve it because otherwise there would have been a government shutdown. But the fact is that probably half of that is being trashed on pork. This Congress just cannot get away from pork. You know why that is? Because it's always been that way. That's why. Yeah, these people don't live in the real world. None of them do. What is it, 48% of them are multi-millionaires? They weren't when they came into Congress. Well, there was a couple. You know, maybe a handful. Guys like Darrell Lisa. I guess you could even include the Secretary of State. But he married into it. You know what I mean? With his good looks. You kind of wonder what's wrong with Heinz. You know, the heiress. Why would she marry such a god-awful, ugly-looking man? He is one ugly man. I wonder if when he was a kid, his daddy used to tie pork chops around his neck so the neighborhood dogs would play with him. You know what I mean? He is one ugly-looking guy. Got a head like a Clydesdale on him. Anyway, enough of Kerry. This isn't about John Kerry. This is about the spending bill that got approved by our illustrious congressional representatives. I wonder what they're going to do next. I told you what I think. So what do you think?